Good morning. Glad you're here. This is an important day. We're bringing the Wall of Honor to McMinnville. The wall that contains the names of 5,000 men and brave women that died in Iraq and Afghanistan, paying them the honor they deserve. Least we never forget. That's what this ceremony, that's what this wall is all about. First, we're going to post the colors, posting of the American flag by the United Veterans Honor Guard. Please stand at attention.
Color Guard, forward, march!
We'll try to keep this ceremony as short as possible, but there's some important things that need to be said. We're going to start it off with Ryan Newby, who's going to be speaking on behalf of Veterans Helping Vets HQ, who maintain the wall. Ryan Newby.
Try not to bore everybody with my little speech. Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the Evergreen Aviation Museum and the American Legion Riders, the American Legion, and the Auxiliary, we'd like to thank everybody for having the Wall of Honor out here in McMinnville. A little bit about the wall. It was created in 2003 by a girl named Alicia Tallman, who went to Milwaukee High School as a senior project. When she had the wall, it had 24 panels on it that start off with the biographies and photos of everybody that was on the wall. From there, it was taken over by In Spirit Marketing, who wanted to bring it to Albany and to the mall during Memorial Day. And what we did is we took it over from them because they can no longer function the wall, and we renamed it from the Hall of Honor to the Wall of Honor, which sounded like a more better name as a tribute for it. We've had it since 2014, and then we've added more panels to the walls, unfortunately, which nobody wants to hear that. Let's see what else. But with Vets Helping Vets HQ, our job is we advocate for veterans to get the benefits that they deserve and they've earned. A lot of people don't know that when they get out of the military, some of the benefits they do have, so we actually help them apply for those benefits and everything else. But sorry about this. This is my first public speaking event. We like to take the wall to different places throughout Oregon, and we're working on trying to take it outside of Oregon. And what we do is we're a nonprofit organization that takes donations in to help travel the wall and keep it updated. Because as we know, during Operation Iraqi Freedom, Enduring Freedom, Operation New Dawn, and I guess the new one is Freedom Sentinel. So we hate to update the wall because, that's adding another son or daughter that was killed in battle. But we keep it we keep it updated to honor their memory because they made the ultimate sacrifice for us to have the freedoms that we have today. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, and I don't want to say enjoy the wall, but go in and pay your respects, and you'll be able to see how we upkeep the wall. Thank you.
Ryan Newby, Vets Helping Vets HQ. To me, this is important. We bring it to McMinnville. A good friend of mine is Victor Coons, who's in the hospital recovering. I covet your prayers for him. Victor's an amazing guy. He loves veterans. He's a Marine. Hoorah. And I promised him we'd bring it to McMinnville, and here we are. So, Victor, I'm thinking about you. Next, the Ladies Auxiliary will place the wreath at the base of the American flag. American Legion Post 21, Ladies Auxiliary. Next, the American Legion Riders will place the POW MIA cover on the chair. I simply cannot imagine what it's like to be a POW, but we shall not forget. Let us never forget. United Veterans Honor Guard will now have a 9-round rifle volley in tribute to those names on the wall. The men and women who have given their lives in defense of their country and defense of freedom. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Dave Adams of KLYC Radio and Operation Eagle's Wings, honoring all who serve and leaving no one behind. The Eagle is an online radio station that we eventually will roll out statewide, based in McMinnville. It is our mission to promote projects like this. I'd like to make a few comments today. Reflection on the wall and what it means. The very character of a nation is defined by how we remember those who fight to protect and sometimes die defending those nations' ideals. In the United States, the ideal is freedom, liberty, and justice for all. Very high-sounding words, but very good words. Words that offer the promise of realizing your dreams. You can be whatever you want. You are valued as a person. You are important. A dictator will not dictate your life. The American dream, I believe, is still an ideal the world needs. Regrettably, there are those trying to quash that dream and those ideals. And what stops them is the United States Armed Forces, men and women who answer the call, who put their own lives on hold and sometimes pay the ultimate price. But because they do pay that price, thousands of citizens of the world are free and oppression is held at bay. It's often said freedom is not free, and it isn't. 5,000 men and women whose names and pictures are on this very wall in that building will never again tuck their kids in goodnight. Some will never get married, never go to a softball game or a concert ever again. But we can. We remain free. They paid the price. And we will stay free as long as brave men and women fight and sometimes die to defend that. We honor their memories by not forgetting. We at least owe them that. Do not forget the faces and the names of the brave men and women listed on this wall. Please visit this wall. Say a prayer and say a thank you. We still have freedom, liberty, and justice for all. God bless these men and women listed on this wall, their families, their memories, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you for being with us today. Few organizations that we want to pay tribute to are the American Legion, Post 21. Awesome folks. A number of the organizations, the families in the Legion, have stepped forward and made it possible to bring it here on an accelerated scale so we can take advantage of the Memorial Holiday. We want to thank Christensen Auto Sales, Freeland Wade, Rice Furniture, the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, who lead the wall to its destination. We want to thank Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum for allowing this to be here free of charge, and thank you very much and your crew. And extended hours. We will have this open all night long. Hours today on the wall are 9 to 5 a.m. Tomorrow is exciting because the wall will be open 24 hours. Friday 9 a.m. clear through Saturday until midnight. The Sea Cadet Honor Guard will be on an Honor Guard vigil from Friday 7 p.m. to Saturday 7 p.m. The wall will also be open for the public from Sunday 9 a.m. to midnight and Monday Memorial Day, May 30th from 9 to 5. There will be a Memorial Day service from the United Veterans Honor Guard between 2 and 3 o'clock on Memorial Day. We also want to give a big thank you to the McMinnville Police Department, the Yamhill County Sheriff's Office, and I believe the McMinnville Fire Department, Oregon State Police, but those first agencies, MAC PD, MAC Fire, Yamhill County Sheriff's Office, did an awesome job in traffic control as we were coming to the wall yesterday. So we want to thank those organizations. Let's give them all a hand right now. I would implore you to invite your friends and neighbors to visit this wall. As I mentioned, we cannot forget the names and the faces of the men and women who've died in the cause of freedom. We do plan on bringing the wall back to Newburgh later this summer. We are going to be working with Vets Helping Vets in helping promote the wall, its mission, and making sure that we never forget. Next on the speakers list is Elva Salinas of the Ladies Auxiliary, American Legion Post 21, McMinnville.
Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the American Legion Post 21 Auxiliary, I would like to thank all the men and women veterans for your sacrifice and service to keep America safe. I would also like to thank my nephew, Veteran Specialist E4 Francisco Amaya. He was stationed at Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington, D.C. During the morning of 9/11, his team was active to respond to the Pentagon after the attacks. Their primary mission was to treat and triage the wounded. My heart goes out to the families of all the men and women on the Wall of Honor. The flowers were placed by Gretchen Jones and Gregoria Hernandez. The flowers come from the Memorial Rose Garden at Post 21. God bless America, and God bless you. Thank you.
Ann Witzel is next with the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum. Let's see if I can adjust this again. And thank you for allowing us to have the wall here.
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. I'm Ann Witzel, the Interim Executive Director with the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum. With my board and staff and volunteer community, we are thrilled to have the wall here celebrating the lives of men and women who have fallen since 9/11. With over 250 veterans who volunteer every week on campus, and with a mission to educate, inspire, and promote and preserve aviation and space history, and to honor the patriotic service of our veterans, we get it. There are innumerable memorials across the country, from Washington, D.C. to the Oregon coast, honoring service of veterans throughout history, but there are so few honoring those that have fallen since 9/11. For those who had the vision and the perseverance to make this happen, we thank you. Thank you. The wall is located in the theater building in a viewing room that's just past our Hall of Honor, where we celebrate the lives of Oregonians, men and women, who've had outstanding service to aviation in this state. We invite you to join our guests and visitors and us in paying homage to all these outstanding men and women throughout this weekend who've given so much for us. Thank you.
One of the things about we're being blessed by having the Eagle, Operation Eagle's Wings, and KLYC here is working in partnership with Evergreen in promoting the cause, encouraging veterans, and telling their story. As you well know, if you've been following the news, they have some challenges. We're on record as supporting the mission of the Evergreen Space Aviation and Space Museum, and we love the story, and it makes a wonderful venue to tell the story of veterans. We support Evergreen. Next we have Rick Olson, who is mayor for the city of McMinnville.
Thank you, everyone. I don't want to take too long. I just want to tell everybody how humbled I am to be here and have a few minutes to speak in front of you. As a veteran of the United States Armed Forces myself, it really means a lot to me to be able to bring the wall to the city of McMinnville, not only on behalf of the veterans of McMinnville and Yamhill County, but all the citizens of McMinnville and Yamhill County. As I look back in my career in the military and my active role in the community now, I think we can never forget the reason we're here. If it wasn't for all of our veterans, and especially those who have fallen, and to maintain what we're used to in our life and the freedoms we have, I would not be standing here today. So as you go into the theater to view the wall, I just ask all of you to remember all of our brothers and our sisters that were killed in the line of service or still are missing who have not been returned to their families. I don't think we can have closure until those are returned to their families and returned to a restful place where they all truly belong. So again, on behalf of myself, the citizens of McMinnville, and all the citizens of Yamhill County, I really want to thank you all for your service, and I will turn it back over to Dave. Thank you.
The word is going out from McMinnville because of the publicity of this event. I believe Seaside is looking at doing this wall as well. The vision is to have the traveling wall travel, and its message and the names and faces to go across the state of Oregon and hopefully across the United States. So we're seeing that vision happen. I totally agree with Ann's comments that there are a few memorials that remember those current conflicts, post 9/11, Iraq and Afghanistan. And it really means something when you see the faces from the wall. American Legion Commander Gail Sears will speak next.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Well, I'm honored to have this opportunity, and as Commander-elect of the American Legion Post 21 in McMinnville, I'm also honored to represent not only the riders, but all of the members of the American Legion. As a over 30-year veteran myself with the Army National Guard, at the time of the deployments in 9/11, I had a lot of responsibility to equip, train, and to provide for the welfare of a lot of soldiers, plus the soldiers that are on this wall from the Oregon National Guard. For that, I am honored and humbled. The American Legion Post 21 has been given a great deal of credit for bringing this, having this wall here and providing the funds to be able to accomplish that. But it's not without recognizing two people that contributed even more to making this happen. And that's Rich Pym, right here in front of me here. Rich was a driving force within the entire post that went to every family and program and wanted to support this wall coming to McMinnville. And within a very, very, very short period of time, he was able to garner the funds to be today to have the success we have. And secondly is Glennis Smith. Glennis Smith's father was a veteran, and through his service and through his life, she was able to make sure that there was a contribution significant to the post that certainly had some foundation to the monies that were able to be collected. And for that, I thank not only Rich, but Glenna. And again, thank you for being here. And I'm proud to be able to represent not only the riders, but the American Legion itself. Thank you very much.
I do want to personally thank Rich. You and I worked closely together on this, and I know just how hard you worked on it. You picked up the ball and ran. I appreciate it, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for being a brother and catching the vision. Chris Sieber is going to be speaking next with a unique perspective on just what this wall means. Chris?
Thanks, sir. Good morning. This may be a little tough, but served 20 years in the military, 4 years in the Marine Corps, 16 and a half years with the Oregon National Guard. August 28th, my biggest fear as a platoon sergeant came true when my lead gun truck was hit. And I lost 2 soldiers that night. Maury Marks' son, Taylor Marks, was the driver of that vehicle. And I lost Sergeant Earl Werner. I stayed with those gentlemen. We evacuated them out of the vehicle. I flew back to Baghdad with them, and I stayed with them at Mortuary Affairs, identified the bodies, went through the rigmarole, and then helped carry their caskets onto the plane so they could fly home to be with their families. Sergeant Werner, that was his 3rd combat tour leading convoy security. He was the #1 gun truck on his 2 prior deployments, so I was real honored to have him in my convoy doing what he did. When we were in Georgia at our mobilization, our training cadre hated our convoy because he would pick out all their IEDs and booby traps, and they couldn't blow us up, and it was really pissing them off. So they started finding other ways to kill us. Little technicalities. Your window was down, the sniper got you. You know, little things like this to be able to get us. The man had quite a few loves in his life. He loved his wife, Casey. He had a son. He loved his Pepsis. He loved his Marlboros, and he was quite the jokester. And I think he took pride in instigating hell with his crews so that they would come running up to me and complain about him. One night we were sitting in Iraq, and I'm getting all these Skype messages from his gun crew. Sergeant Werner this, Sergeant Werner that, Sergeant Werner, Werner. And I finally went over to his chew and I said, well, what the hell's going on? He goes, nothing. I told him, do that. Here, have a steak. You know, so he was a good guy. Taylor, he was real new to the unit. He was new to the Army. He came to us about mid-cycle in Georgia. And no matter what I did to that poor kid, no matter what detail I put him on, he always had a smile on his face. Yes, Sergeant, and moved out. Never heard a complaint, never heard any bitching out of him. He just did what he was told. He had 2 passions in life. Biggest was he wanted to come up with a real powerful, strong laser. And unfortunately, he'll never get that opportunity. But real good kid. I sure missed the hell out of him. He had a lot going on for him. So yesterday, escorting the wall up here, I had the honor riding with the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, riding in their #1 position. We did a missing man formation. So I know Earl and Taylor were in that formation right behind me the whole way up. So in their honor, I was very moved and touched to be able to ride in that formation and have them get escorted. So as soon as we're done here, Maury Marks and Tom McKinley will be placing wreaths at the bottom of the walls in honor and memory of their children, Taylor Marks and Eric McKinley. So if you could all follow in after that, after this is over, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
The Traveling Memorial Wall, honoring the memories, the names, particularly the faces. One of the things I love about this wall is there's a face with the name. Tell your friends and neighbors to come and visit the wall when it's here or in Lincoln City or Newport. but here it's going to be here. The hours, once again, it is here. The hours today, 9 to 5. Tomorrow it opens at 9 a.m. and will continue open until Saturday midnight. The nice thing I like about the volunteers who were able to make this happen is for people who want to visit the wall, and it's a very emotional and moving experience for many. They can do it in the early morning hours when they have some privacy. So the wall will be open Friday 9 a.m., Saturday until midnight. Thank you to the Sea Cadet Honor Guard. There will be an honor guard all night long, Friday 7 p.m. to Saturday 7 p.m. The wall will also be available Sunday, May 29th, 9 a.m. to midnight, and finally Memorial Day, May 30th, 9 to 5. Let's not forget. We're going to have a wreath laying at the base of the wall that will conclude these ceremonies. Please feel free to visit the wall, fellowship, and share some time and memories of maybe some folks that are on the wall. Folks, thank you very much for supporting the memory of veterans. Thank you for being here. Never forget. God bless the United States of America. God bless these brave men and women. And thank you. So the fathers, if you could go ahead and do we have the wreaths for the fathers? Was this something I was supposed to do? They're inside? Okay. Inside the wall of the room? Okay, why don't we go inside? I believe the room is large enough for all of us to go in, so let's adjourn to, you can go in the front door, or I believe you can go in the side door. But let's go inside and we'll have a wreath laying ceremony. That will conclude these ceremonies. Thank you for being here.